Good morning, everyone. Or I don't know what it is for you guys, but this is a brand new podcast called Coffee Corner. Again, I have gone on YouTube and I have explored, and I saw that like two people have the same name. So I'm sorry, guys. I guess we'll just have to do the Hunger Games on this. Um, but honestly, guys, this is something that I've been wanting to do for a while, and I really hope you guys enjoy it. Because honestly, I say you guys, but like, there's no one. Like, I don't even know if I have any, like people that are going to follow this. But this is basically just a startup idea. This is something that like I've been thinking of and I've been wanting to do. It's kind of really a dream. Um, so let me know what you guys think. This is a podcast generally for your everyday travels, like whenever you wake up and maybe you're on your route to work and you just want something to turn on and listen to, or you're shaving, or you're doing any process. Just turn this on and just listen up. So guys, go ahead and go down in the comments and tell me what you guys want to see from me through this podcast. I'm gonna try and update some mic stuff, so you guys get that crisp quality. I'm so sorry. Okay, so I'm 14 years old. My name's Tim. I'll be hosting you throughout this channel. We might have a couple guests that come on every once in a while. It depends how this thing kicks off. All right. So today we're going to be talking about YouTube and getting yourself out there. Honestly, with this subject, I'm not an expert in any sense. Um, Honestly, it's just the thing is I've had two channels before this, and both I was younger, and they never really kicked off because I never knew what I wanted to do. I think for YouTube, what you have to do is you have to know what you want to do before you just jump right in and do it. I've been thinking about doing a podcast for a while. I've asked my friends if it's a good idea, and they all generally seem to say that just go ahead, do whatever. So, honestly, I just went for it full send. You really, whenever you're going and making a YouTube channel, you really have to think about what you're doing. Because my last channel, I think I might still post on it, but it was me like figuring out something. So I was saying, hey guys, I'm gonna do gaming, and then all of a sudden I was like, you know what, guys, we're gonna do vlogging, and none of this really worked out for me, and I never really posted frequently because I felt that maybe I didn't like I it wasn't worth it. Because I would edit and I wasn't really good at it in any sense. Um, I'm still not. So, but my friends told me like I found something and I stuck with it for a little bit. It was live streaming. I really enjoyed live streaming and it's something that I was passionate about. And yeah, I was like really excited. Uh, so I went to my summer camp, and a few of my friends who were subscribed to my channel, because I'm a sellout, and I told everybody about my channel as soon as I made it. But um, I like one of my friends was giving me some really good feedback. He said, dude, no offense, but you're doing way better. I love your podcast. Well, not your podcast, your live streams. And I was like, shoot, I think that might be it. And I started gaining a little bit of traction. But I started tinkering and everything, and it was a lot to set up. So I ended up trying to do it, and it felt pretty hard. But just in the back of my head, I'm like thinking, why did I want to do these live streams? What made these live streams entertaining? And I sometimes played games in them. I would hop on with a couple friends and, play with whoever's in the chat. But overall, I didn't really have any structure of what I should do with my with my streams. So I was like, wait a minute, a lot of people just love talking, and doing random stuff. And I was like, that's great. And I had been inspired by Matt Diva. Yeah, that's just, I don't know. And he's such a good content creator, and I was so inspired by him. And I started seeing all these podcasts popped up. And I asked my friends, I was like, hey guys, do you want to make a podcast with me? And they said, it's probably going to be a lost cause. And I said, probably. But you know what? It's an enjoyable time, and I'm going to try it. So this channel, I actually had structure. I had a foundation that I wanted to do, and hopefully you guys enjoy this. But one of the main problems was that like I never had any structure with my old channel. So I think that's my first tip of advice for you guys. Whenever you're trying, if you're ever trying to make a YouTube channel, I mean, like obviously, you probably shouldn't listen to me because I haven't done too well. But I think in general, a lot of people, that's a general consensus. So another thing is your channel name. Millions of people own YouTube. They have a YouTube account and they have YouTube channels. People have tried time and time again to make themselves known, but honestly, I think it might be getting to that point where it's just too hard to get like anywhere anymore. Like I've tried this, right? So this was a big help to me. Whenever I was starting my YouTube channels, I looked up, like everybody does. I looked up. I was so excited. I looked up how to like what is the best things to do in order to kickstart your YouTube channel. And one of the best ones that like one of the best tips of advice that I've ever gotten was you should make your name something original because your name is gonna stick, no matter what. So I ran through a bunch of old names through my old YouTube channel. One of them was Tim Side. One of them was Slime222. Tim Side is the one that kind of is it right now, because everything else was too complicated. You want to be a name that you can search easy, right? You want to be a name that maybe you even mistakenly type in, because you want to get yourself out there. But you can't do that if you have a super complex name like Slime222, That's not something that you're going to search up. So, that is one thing that I've always struggled with even to this day, making an original name. And whenever I was making this YouTube channel, guys, I was wondering for 2 weeks, okay, if I make a podcast, what am I going to call it? And I thought, Coffee Corner. That's great, I love coffee, and it's great. So, but look, as I was making my channel, I looked it up. I looked up Coffee Corner podcasts, and I saw two other YouTubers, and they're doing it. So sorry about that, guys. But I did message them. So it's a little bit interesting, guys. You gotta make something out of yourself. Some of these, but I think another way that people struggle whenever they're making their channel and like trying to get themselves out there is they don't they don't have the quality for it. And I'm not one to talk, because I got myself a $20 mic and I instantly can think I can do a podcast. I know it's not that simple, but whenever people jump into it, there's two ways that people approach YouTube. They're either rich and they just buy a ton of equipment and they don't have any subscribers or anything, and they have a ton of equipment and they get nowhere. Or they don't have anything. All they have is maybe a laptop, a mouse, and that's it. And honestly, I think you're very lucky if you can get past with that. Because you have to have some quality. I just invested in, getting a little bit better lighting. I have a better mic now than I used to whenever I started up my channel. I have just like I have a base to like what I'm going to talk about in each video. I have a ton of ideas for you guys. But you have to make yourself like you have to get that quality. Otherwise, you're just going to either burn yourself out way too quick, or you're going to get nowhere and you're going to fall along the side that everybody does, the shore, I guess, the shore, which everybody is trying to get into YouTube, and they're just like knocking on the door, but they don't have anything, you know? And I personally, I'm like not the best at editing, so this type of style works out for me great, where I'm just talking. Um, but honestly, quality is the one of the three main things that you can have, you know, whenever you're starting up your YouTube channel, because branding and just getting yourself known is so hard on this site. Another way that people try and approach it is like to get themselves popular. Like, I'm not looking to get popular, I'm just looking to get a decent following. But one way that people approach it is they'll spam their YouTube channel in a like a chat of some kind, or a, I don't know, a comment section, and honestly, it doesn't go well. You know, you can't start yourself off with. I guess you could. Okay, again, it's one of those things that's very rare if it happens, but I guess it could happen. Yeah. So, but I've always found that the worst route to go of just branding yourself in comments. I don't know. I don't know what works, guys. You clearly see, but I also think that it's 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 just more difficult to get yourself kickstarted with something like that, you know. One way people go is they reach out to their friends, or yeah, and they'll get their friends, and their friends will view it, and they'll be like, oh, okay, whatever. Their friends don't do anything with this, right? Because you're friends and you kind of have to support each other. That's how it works, you know. Um, this is what I did whenever I was starting my second YouTube channel. I think honestly, this was a great approach. Not, um, so I found these. I don't. Somebody, yeah, okay. One of these kids, the same age as me at the time. They went into my comments section, I think on one of my first videos, and they said this video is great. I think that's how I met them, and I didn't meet them, but I clicked on their YouTube channel, and they were in the same boat as me. You know, um, they had no subscribers. They were, you know, they were struggling. But what they started doing was, I was like, good job in your content, and all of a sudden this relationship started forming, and all of a sudden we started giving each other shout outs. That was the peak of my growth in subscribers. I got 20, 10, like after I got 10 subscribers, I was flipping out. And then 20 subscribers, I was like, I couldn't believe it. But then progressively it got slower and slower because I lost connection with those guys. And honestly, if you guys are still out there, shout out to you guys, because you guys are the best. I forget what your channel names are. Um, but we built ourselves a little foundation together. We came together and we said, this is something that, you know, we can all benefit from. So why not go full ham into it, you know? So I think that was the best move I've ever made. But honestly, I don't think that's going to work for a lot of people, you know, because you have to get those very just rare occasions. It's very much placed. You know, you have to make sure. Um, Another way that people go about getting themselves known is, I guess they just try, like, I don't know how to say this. Okay, so there's some people that are really good at YouTube, like incredible at YouTube, but they're so underrated because they've been drowned out by all of these other YouTubers, you know. That's why I'm saying that it's like it's really hard to get that position anymore with YouTube. You have to, like, a couple years ago was the peak because we were trying to find our new channels that everybody liked, and I'm just on the front page now, and one of the things that makes me really mad actually is the fact of like the Tonight shows and everything. But anyway, I got a little off topic. One person that has absolutely planted themselves and they were good, and like, okay, so this is where I was. I was saying that they needed, like, we were trying to find our YouTubers. You know, we were trying to find the people that we would watch in the future, the people that we would just, you know, give ourselves all to, right? Because we originally we had Markiplier, we had PewDiePie, we had Jacksepticeye, and a few other YouTubers. Smosh, we had Smosh. Um, who was that? Jack. I can't remember his name. Um, Jack's Films. That's what it was. How did I forget Jack's Films? And Shane Dawson. We had Fred. That and Filthy Frank and iDubbbz. We had all these people, but recently a lot of them had like 2 years ago, a lot of them had started leaving. Like Filthy Frank, he realized that YouTube was changing the way that they would support him. So it was a lot harder to get yourself money and everything on YouTube. So he left and he pursued his music career because he knew that's where he was supposed to be. He found that out and he's like, all right, listen, it's been fun. YouTube was kind of a Kickstarter, so now I'm going to do what I've been wanting to do for a long time. And so he started making music. And it's great. He's doing a great job. But a lot of people started leaving because YouTube had absolutely killed their way of how they do things. So all of a sudden we were looking for these new content creators. Something of a new era, something that would just absolutely spark. And we found our way to a channel that you guys all know and love, Mr. Beast. Originally I was watching him like whenever he had like below 100K, but he was just a guy who was paying rent. He was like every other guy, and he was just making a new original idea out of something. But and now he's come to known as like just giving crap away. Like I'm looking here, and he's like giving away all of this money to his friends. He's not making a lot of profit, but he's he's risking it. Okay, and I think people are too afraid to do that now, risking it all. Another channel, probably, yeah, like I mentioned a little bit before, Matt Diva. He posted the one video that kickstarted him forever. It was called Life Being a Minimalist. I think that was it. And I hold on, let me say, he got a ton of views off of that, and that's really what started him. Hold on, let me look it up. But anyway, so that printed a new picture for us as YouTube viewers and stuff. We all of a sudden we started having these channels popping up that were new, improved, and honestly, Markiplier, PewDiePie, and all these people, they haven't been. The reason why they're on top is because they've been smart. They know what YouTube, how to hack the system in a way. PewDiePie, great idea. He saw that Minecraft had started gaining traction again. He hopped on that train as soon as he saw it. And then he got he got up to 20,000 views with it. Sorry, not 20,000, 20 million subscribers. And just, it was amazing. And then Markiplier teamed up with Ethan to make what is now Unis Honest. And honestly, it was a great idea. It was fresh. It was original. As a creator, you have to be ready to make something that's original. Something that's yours, and something that not a lot of people can replicate if they tried. This podcast thing, I'm a lot late actually, because podcasts have kickstarted like a year ago. Why do I keep on saying kickstarted? But podcasts have kept on growing in the past year. We got Joe Rogan's podcast. We got what's some other ones? Why can I only name? Oh yeah, we got Impulsive, Logan Paul's. We got Matt David, yeah, and we got just some other YouTubers. One, they decided podcasts is what people want now. It's again a new original idea, and honestly, it's been working great. But it's just there's so many things that you have to take into consideration before you jump into YouTube. Otherwise, you're just gonna get nowhere. You're gonna be running in sand. It's just, yeah. And that was a lot for our first ever episode of Coffee Corner. But yeah, I think it was pretty good. I think it went pretty well. You guys can tell me in the comments down below. But honestly, guys, I really hope that you guys stick around and you guys enjoy what I'm doing here. Um, Homies, I think I'm about to peace out. Have a good rest of your day. Like and subscribe if you want to. And just let me know your thoughts, guys, because I'd love hearing your voices. And yeah, this is me signing out.